Once you start creating files in notebook software, or if you're downloading lessons from the Smart Exchange, you're going to want to find a way to organize those files so that you can retrieve them more easily. And one way we can do this is by creating folders and subfolders on our computer and saving into them when we save our files. How you organize really depends on what makes the most sense to you. One option I have is I can organize by trimester. So this is my trimester 3 folder, and when I double click it, I have subfolders in there. So this is trimester 3 math, trimester 3 science, trimester 3 reading, trimester 3 social studies. So it's a way to keep those organized by trimester. Another option I have is I can create subject folders. So here's my math folder, and when I double click that, you'll see that I have subfolders by unit. And within those units, I could even create more subfolders by lesson. And again, it's up to you how you organize. It just depends on what makes the most sense to you. But what we're going to look at is how to create those folders and subfolders and how to get your files into those folders. So to create that first folder, we're going to right-click on the desktop. And then the option we're looking for is second from the bottom. It's new. And then we're looking for a new folder, which is that top option. So it's going to create a new folder on our desktop, and there it is. Now again, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and organize by trimester. So I'm going to make this trimester 2. So within my trimester 2 folder, I want to create some subfolders. So I'm going to double click on trimester 2, and that's going to open a blank and empty folder for me. So to create those subfolders, I can either choose this make a new folder icon, or I can do what I did before and right click, choose second choice from the bottom, which is new, folder, and then there's my new folder. So here's my reading folder. Now, the benefit to creating all these subfolders is that it really helps you find things more easily. Perhaps you need to do a review, or even next year when you're trying to teach that lesson again, you'll be able to find those activities a lot quicker. So there are my subfolders. Now, how do I get files in that I've already created? All I need to do is just drag it into that folder. So let's see, I have a vocabulary. That's going to go in reading. So I'm actually just going to choose it and then drag it without letting go of the mouse until my reading folder is highlighted, and then I can drop it in. And when I click on reading, there's that activity waiting for me to use it again. If I choose this folder with the up arrow, that's going to take me back to where my subfolders were. And there we are. So I can actually just drag these in, drop them into my folders. So once I've organized all of these files into these folders, it's easier if I was in my notebook software file. Let's say that this is our math lesson. When I want to save this, the best thing for me to do is save it right into that folder so I don't have to do all the extra steps. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to choose that fourth option, Save As. And then notice that I have an option here where it says Save in the desktop. I created my folders on the desktop, so I'm going to look, is it a trimester 2 file or a trimester 3 file? So I'll say this is a trimester 2 math activity, so double click on that. And then now I can save that file, math lesson 6, within that math folder. And then when I choose save, it saves that file right into that math folder for me. So it helps me keep things organized and cuts out a few steps. So when I'm ready to give that lesson again, when I open up my trimester 2 folder and then choose math, that math lesson is in there for me.